Hey YouTube, Grunt Reviews coming to you with the follow-up to our tabletop. This will be our range review on the Keltec KSG25. Guys, go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, share us with your friends. And if you really like what we're doing here on the channel, there's a link in the description. Feel free to buy us a coffee. Guys, let's get into it. Alright, so we'll throw our Jack's target out there. This will be our first shot, so this is the KSG25. I do have, I think about 20 rounds of the Spartan double-aught buckshot. It's a 2 3/4 load loaded up. We're going to see how well the Jack's target handles the buckshot, and we're also going to see how well this KSG25 performs. Let's get these first shots out of the way. Oh, and the target's in 2 pieces. And first mag tube empty. We'll switch her over. First jam here. Let's see if she goes in now. Nope. Nope, she's in battery. Maybe not. Interesting. So we've got our first jam. So, shell's in there. The extractor caught it. Maybe it deformed it a little bit, so it's unfired. All right, let's see if she keeps going. We're out. So, 20 rounds of ammo. We only had one malfunction here. The only thing I'm seeing, maybe it is the shell. You can actually see some of the buckshot kind of sticking out of it, so maybe that was it. It's pump action shotgun, so we don't really worry about velocity, speed. Obviously it'll shoot anything as long as it goes in the chamber. Cool thing about this, if you've seen the mini shells and you're a mini shell fan, this will hold obviously 14 in each mag tube plus 1 in the pipe with those mini shells, and we'll do it in the tabletop. But I think it'll hold like 40, 41, maybe high 30s. Let's go shoot it some more. So I'm gonna put an entire box of shells in this thing because, well, that's the beauty of the KSG25. So the one thing I will talk about that is a bit of a pain on this thing, so obviously it is a bullpup or bullpup style, and that's what allows you to get a 25 round capacity and a 30-inch barrel in something shorter than a Benelli M4. Downside to this is there's no real good way to dual load or quad load this. I've tried it a couple times. You get one round kind of in and kind of not. However, the nice thing is there's no lifter in here to bite your finger. And then in today's ammo prices currently, the only downside to this is it costs you about 25 bucks to fill her up. So the other nice feature they give you is there's a few of these witness holes in this mag tube, and if we move the pump out of the way, you can see them there. So you actually do have an indicator on how many shells you have in the tube. And this one also came with the upgraded aluminum follower. You can see that there. So when you hit 12, in that tube, you can see the follower, you know it's full. You flick your switch over to your other tube and continue loading. So it would be nice if they gave you a little bit more of a, I'm gonna call it a ramp, if you will, or a little bit more of a cutout to be able to load, dual load, or maybe even quad load. However, when you do have 12 in each pipe, you do have plenty of go. And we're almost there. So, to put this in perspective, it's been, I'm gonna say about 2 minutes. So definitely not the fastest thing in the world. Let's see here. All right. And we are full. I think I had a couple of, spare rounds there. All right. Let's see how she runs. A little jam issue there. So, something else I do want to point out on this thing, you cannot easily pump this. You have to slam it all the way to the rear to get it to cycle properly. Oop, and we have a jam. Yep. There we go. So failed to extract. This is some 2 3/4. Let me get this sucker out of here. So we did have a fail to extract. Okay, that one seemed to work. Load her back in. All right, so we aren't going to spend a ton of time with this. These have been out for a while, but in the tabletop, I kind of wanted to follow up on a couple of the little things that could definitely stand to be improved on this. Safety is great. Really like the safety. Really like the release for the forearm. My only real issue with it is the amount of force required to get to actually run the action on this. So if you have a good firm stroke on it, it will chamber every time. However, if maybe you have arthritis, maybe some weakness, maybe just a smaller shooter, the downside is if you only kind of half stroke this, it'll eject. You really got to cram it to get that next round in there. And with 2 3/4 shells, it's not as bad. What we have run into with some 3-inch shells is they like to get hung up and just dangle, which jams the whole action. Then you got to pull everything else out. Little bit of an annoyance. Some 3-inch shells seem to be better than others. But something to consider if you are looking at a KSG25, a standard KSG, is be aware it does take some force to really rack this sucker back. And you know, if this is going to be a home defense type shotgun or something else to consider with this too is speed loading is not exactly easy. So traditionally dual load, quad load, we can run it in there. Because these mag tubes are so far down inside there, it really takes some work. Now, what's nice is the shell catch itself, the spring tension, it's very easy to push the shells in, but it's not something you could do in a real big hurry if you absolutely had to. Let's squeeze a couple more rounds. I think I've got some birdshot and some slug in here. It's the same deal. If you run it with some force, you're good. But if you kind of half stroke it, sometimes it'll work and sometimes, as you can see there, it won't. So guys, I just wanted to highlight that on the range. The weight of this thing over a standard KSG with 24 shells, or 25 shells, loaded up, 12 in each mag tube. It definitely has some weight, but it's definitely manageable. As you empty those mag tubes, that weight moves back towards the rear like a traditional bullpup. Really do like the fact that they included the Semlock forend on it to add whatever accessories you might like instead of just leaving a barrel up there. Overall, not terrible. Some improvements could be made, and kind of a unique shooter. Folks, thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe, train hard.